Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting Season 2 of The Bad Batch. I'm very excited for this. I love Star Wars. I love The Bad Batch. If you are new to the channel, I watched all of Season 1 of The Bad Batch on the channel already. So if you're interested in those reactions, I'll link them in the description below. Definitely check those out. They're a lot of fun. I freaking loved this story. I think it's so great. Just following these defective clones post Order 66 as they try and reshape their lives into what they want it to be, and raising young Omega as well. I just think it's super compelling and I really enjoy it, and I'm excited to see where Season 2 takes us. So today they dropped the first 2 episodes of the season, and I think there's going to be 16 episodes total, including, I don't know if they're going to be doing, I think it's 2 episodes today, and then 1 a week until the mid-season, and then there's 2 episodes, and then I think there's 2 episodes to close it as well. So I think this takes, like, anywhere from, like, 12 to 14 weeks or something to do the whole 16 episodes. So we're going to be in for a long Star Wars ride, and I'm very excited about it. So, before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. If you're new here, or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of The Bad Batch, or more of Star Wars related things in general. And then if you're interested in seeing the full uncut version of this reaction, consider checking out my Patreon, that is linked in the description below. Since this is the first episode of a new season, that uncut will be completely free and public for anyone to check out, and if you find that that's something you're interested in going forward, then your support would mean the absolute world over there. But otherwise, let's jump into Season 2, Episode 1 of The Bad Batch. They get chased by some crabs. This was in the trailer. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
We went over the plan 5 times. I got the package, didn't I? Just keep moving.
Dang. Is she fishing?
Tech, we've got the cargo. We could use some firepower.
Wrecker woke the pod, didn't he?
Of course Wrecker woke him up. That's what he does.
Release the line. We do not have time to read.
Ooh. Oh, it's one of them crabs.
They're wrecking the ship.
I cannot sink them.
Damn, they're actually doing a little bit of work on this ship. Are we gonna get stranded on this island? Omega's somewhat capable.
Grab the line.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Omega. Way to plan that out.
Why is Omega hanging off the ship?
It is
For
an
funsies.
unscheduled study break.
Unscheduled study break. Let's go, boys. Yes, gentlemen, yes. Good work. I don't know if you need to keep shooting him, Omega.
Try staying inside the ship next time.
I'll try. But it was still pretty fun.
Yeah.
Well. The space slugs decided to finally show up. Better late than dead.
Hey, Wanda Sykes.
You. Let's see those muscles in action. Grab that and follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
That intel's not free. I expect a cut if your top team comes through.
She just kind of took control of this situation.
That is Castle Sereno, the former home of
Oh.
Count Dooku.
Who's that?
A
We-
Jedi who betrayed the Republic.
Did we
led
visit
the
this spot?
Separatists in a war.
I feel like we've been here before.
Too much of a risk. You want that war chest? You go after it.
She is going after it via you.
We took a vote, and we want to go after the war chest.
It's unanimous. Even Killjoy over here agreed.
We've stayed off the Empire's radar since Camino. Why chance it now?
Because the contents
It's
of just one of
money.
those containers would be worth more than all the jobs you pulled for me combined.
That's a lot.
You can have a future.
Okay.
Isn't that what you're after?
Yes, that is exactly what we want. He just wants her to be safe, really. He wants to be a dad.
I know why you agreed to this mission, but we can do better things with Dooku's fortune than hide, Hunter.
Oh, okay, interesting, yeah. Echo wants to get involved.
That's not the kind of life this kid deserves. Our lives are like this because of Omega. Taking her off Camino was the right thing to do, but there are others out there who need our help.
Yep, facts.
We should be doing more.
She may be a kid, but she's growing up quick. She'll be a fully capable individual soon.
That's the city? What happened to it?
Imperial orbital bombardment. Same as on Camino.
Damn. Imperials love their triangles on their ships, don't they? Just every ship they got. Some sort of triangle.
Get to the nearest container and grab what you can. I'll be the eyes on the ground.
Could you pretend to be one of those ships?
In position, and the second transport's launching.
Is this everything, or is there theoretically more in the in the palace? Stay hidden. Bunch of shinies. Those are early stormtroopers, maybe, right?
I did it quietly.
They will definitely notice when he does not report in. Well, let's be gone by then.
Yeah.
Copy that. Did you hear that?
Yeah, these are still clones, I'm pretty sure.
I'd say that qualifies as high value.
How could all of this
Dang,
belong
son.
to one person?
Because Dooku's rich as hell. He's a count.
We could use that diversion about now. On it.
Blowing up those ships? Yeah. Smork. Wah! Wah! I love the alarm klaxon sound. It's classic Star Wars.
Transport 3, secure your cargo and prepare to launch. All squads return to the courtyard and hold the perimeter.
Oh, they're gonna get locked in the ship. Ooh, that's no bueno.
We're done hiding anyway.
Interesting that they're not killing any of them. They're still brothers. Oh!
We gotta go. Go where?
On to the palace?
This isn't any better.
Tell me you put some tracking something on it.
Are you sure this hitch will lead into the ship?
If I am incorrect, we will instantly be sucked out and perish. I am seldom wrong.
Low level stakes.
Congratulate yourself after we escape. This place gives me the creeps.
Yeah. Ooh, secret passageway. Hey.
There are intruders aboard Transport 3.
Release the escape pods.
It's their only way off the ship.
Oh no. Damn, they're gonna have to take the entire thing then.
Just ejected all the escape pods.
Looks like they just have to claim the entire ship then.
Containers on Class 4 freighters are equipped with re-entry thrusters. We can escape in a cargo container.
You are correct.
That'll
I'm
do.
impressed.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to escape with this stuff. Jeez, it's so many people.
It's jammed. Well, I can fix that.
Just jump really hard.
Wait, go.
Their big technology leap this season must be smoke particles. Because they have used smoke grenades like 3 times in the episode so far. Poor guy. Finally wakes up and gets knocked out again. All of them. Dang. What if they just didn't activate? Oh, come on, you piece of garbage, Dave. Can't just end the episode like that. Ugh. But that was a fun first episode back with the Bad Batch. We ended on a friggin' cliffhanger, which isn't good. I mean, we know they're gonna survive. They're not gonna crash into the planet and die, because what would we do with the rest of the season? But one thing I like to see is the Bad Batch. They're customizing their armor a little bit more. They're each kind of putting a little bit more of their own flair on their outfits. I mean, they've always kind of had their own individual personalities and individual flair, but they're adding more to it. I mean, we saw this throughout the Clone Wars, with regular clones doing that a little bit to their armor. But the Bad Batch, I feel like they were never, even though they personally had like defects and they were different from regular clones, I feel like their armor was very like Black Ops standardized, like we look cool type armor. And as it progresses now, they're adding different colors and more flares and really making it their own. And I think that's gonna be tying into the overall theme of the first and second season now, of them being like, we want to live our own lives, we want to be free, we want to do whatever. But then that's also going to be a big issue, is because Hunter, his idea of that is like probably like find somewhere, hide, live alone. You know, we can use all this money to buy freedom and then just live peaceful lives as a family. Meanwhile, Echo is very much like, the Empire's doing awful things, we should be fighting this, you know, we have a responsibility to get involved. And I'm curious to see how that's going to play out over the course of the season as well, because you can already tell in the first episode that Hunter very much is going to be taking like the main father role, I guess, in Omega's life, right? Like he seems to be the most paternal of them, and then the rest are maybe like uncles. But and Echo, he has more skin in the game in terms of well, I don't know if he has more skin in the game, but he has spent more time fighting with like the good guys, if that makes sense. So it kind of makes more sense that he is the one that's like we should be fighting, right? He is also more of like this soldier. The rest of these guys, they were kind of like this Black Ops group, you know, doing personalized, secretive missions, probably directly from Palpatine himself. They never fully explained like where they got their orders, and I don't think they ever knew. But that's kind of what they did. Meanwhile, Echo was the one that was kind of actually fighting in the war. So, you know, of course, his initial response to all this conflict would be like, I have to join it, and I have to be on the morally good side, if that makes sense. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. We didn't see Crosshair in this episode. I wonder what his role in this season is going to be, because the way they left things last season, you know, things could go either way. He didn't want to join them, but I don't know if he's like fully gung-ho, you know, rah-rah for the Emperor type mood right now. So I'm curious to see what Crosshair's development this season will be. And yeah, I don't know. It was a solid first episode. I'm really excited to jump into this next episode, though. Ruins of War. Interesting. I don't know exactly when this season's taking place. Like how much time has passed since the last season.
The re-entry thrusters should engage soon.
If they don't, we're all dead.
They will. Are they all doing it?
We use the city ruins for cover and trek back to the Marauder. Tech, did you reach the escape pods yet?
Not exactly. We are using an alternate mode of transport.
Yeah. They had to improvise. Don't get hit by anything. Oh yeah, that's going over the edge. Definitely. Oh yeah. Don't get crushed by these boxes behind you.
Go, go, go!
Good thing you hit. Oh. That hurt his leg.
Are you okay?
My left femur has been fractured by approximately 150 kilograms of pressure. So, no.
Femur fractures are not good.
Oh, great.
What do you see out there?
We still haven't landed.
Jesus. Yeah, that's quite a bit of height still to fall. Dang, they didn't even get anything out of that container.
This mission has been eventful.
I guess there's that one box still in the woods somewhere, but other than that, got nothing.
Can't leave without the war chest.
We don't have time. We need to get away from here and find cover.
Omega's going back down there. She's stealing some stuff.
Havoc 2, the fourth sun is setting. Plan 00.
Copy that.
Plan 00?
It means go radio silent. Comm channels are being monitored.
Ooh, who's this individual? Not very good at hiding. Hello, sir.
I am not.
Who are are you? What are you doing here?
The name's Romar.
Okay, what's up, Romar?
Much appreciated. But sorry to say there's no shelter around these parts.
I'm registering a heat source 200 meters west of here. I suspect it is your domicile.
How did you
Take us there.
Tried to lie to you. Text like, son, don't try. I know you got a house.
Divide the search and recovery squads. 50 containers were released. I want eyes on all 50.
Copy that.
It's a lot.
Oh, old separatist tanks. Now you're talking.
Heavy loves doing damage.
We can't leave empty-handed. We have to complete the mission.
Guess you're more like those other clones than you think. You think Dooku funded his war effort by only stealing from outside worlds? No.
This one too.
It's not too late. We can still scout the site to see if it's clear.
Negative. Your mission is to keep an eye on the old man.
Roger.
Roger, Roger. Or in her case, Roger, Roger. I'm from New Zealand. She might be an Aussie, but I think she's New Zealand. Pretty sure all the clones are New Zealanders. Doesn't seem to work. Dang, good thing you're getting out of those. Oh, but they see you.
Here. Try that.
What
What?
is it?
What is she trying? Kaleidoscope.
There are jewels in here?
No, it's only reflected glass. It's an optical illusion.
Then it's not treasure?
No.
It's a toy. Makes you happy.
The Empire's growing stronger, and we're still doing nothing about it.
Where are you going?
To check for patrols. I'll be back.
I like that his helmet has like a little hole in the back for the stuff on his head.
This here contains a fragment of my people's history. Our culture, art, music, memories.
A separatist archive.
Not separatist. Serenian. We did exist before the war, you know.
True facts. Oh, yeah, Omega's going to do some snooping.
Forget it, Wrecker. That tank's not going anywhere.
Don't need it to. Grab the battery pack. For what?
For the other tank.
Air supports on approach. Send them in.
Smoke bomb.
Pick up the pace.
Is he just gonna lift the cannon out?
Nice.
Damn, son. Good work.
I'll make a pretty good tank.
It's interesting that he's Heavy is totally the one to kill these dudes with a rocket launcher, essentially. But Hunter's still using stun shots in his pistols.
Your data has been restored.
You did it. You actually did it.
Well, of course I did.
He's smart.
Where's Omega?
She was just here.
She snuck out.
Omega!
Oh no. God dang, that thing's gonna crash too, isn't it? Something that they're doing is gonna get that thing to drop.
Look! I packed it full of the shiny stuff!
Oh, Tech, you're not gonna be able to do much, brother. Damn, Wilco. Your boys are getting cooked.
Coordinates received. We're heading your way.
Oh, you better be quick. Oh, you got... Yeah. Oh, the old man? Oh, no. I thought the old man had come to help. Damn, Tech. Yeah, probably passing out from just the absolute pain he's in.
Hurry!
Yikes.
I have to.
Don't.
Why is she
Make
so
them forget
determined?
about the war chest. It's not important.
Yes, it is. I heard what you said to Hunter on the Marauder.
Come on!
How are they gonna, like, what are they gonna grab onto? Up top.
Jump!
Yeah, okay, yeah, they would not have survived that.
Locking onto the targets.
Conveniently just enough. Oh. You best hop on that and turn it around. Okay, good, 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 good.
That won't be our ride.
Old man, do you want to come with?
I wanted to make things better for us. I know you all gave up everything because of me.
Good thing we did. We might be fighting for the Empire right now.
Yeah, facts. I think they're happier where they're at.
I'd do it all again.
Mega facts.
As of now, we've recovered 85%
Oh, I hate
of
this
the war
guy.
chests.
This is Rampart, right?
You stated the would-be thieves you encountered were the rogue clones from Experimental Unit 99.
Yeah.
Their squad perished during the fall of Taboka City.
No. Super not.
If Governor Tarkin were to learn of my misstep, then I would be at risk. And that cannot happen.
Oh, so
Which is why a new
mission
protocol
is either
needed.
keep it a secret or kill them.
Sir, I will not falsify an official report.
Well, then you're gonna get shot right now.
I will.
Yeah, Wilco, that was not a smart thing to say. Oh, what a way to end that episode. Holy cow. Okay, first 2 episodes of Bad Batch in the books, and we are starting off hot. This episode further dove into the just we little bits, right? Dove into the intellectual conversation / battle that's going to happen between members of the batch this season about what role they should be playing in the conflict that is happening, right? Like, it seems like Tech and Hunter may be heavy. I don't know about heavy, but at least Tech and Hunter so far are kind of expressing the opinion that they want to like lay low, and Echo is very much like we need to be doing more. Like we inadvertently took part in the creation of the Empire, even though they didn't know that's what they were doing. But they took part in things that led to the Empire's creation, and so Echo feels a sense of responsibility probably in fighting to dismantle it and bring it down. Especially when it comes to this war chest, he's like, "Yo, we can use this money to fund the rebellion, or you know, I guess the rebellion's not quite a thing yet at this point, but you know, he wants to do more in general, and I agree with him. I don't know. Someone might have to remind me of the exact like time frame, because I know season 1 took place like right after like Order 66, and within like season 1 was like what, I don't know how long exactly, what, a couple months, over the course of a couple months to maybe a year. So I would say the latest that episode 1 or season 1 ended would have been maybe a year after Order 66 at the latest. It might have ended 2 weeks after Order 66. I don't know. So and Omega looks slightly older in this season, so I don't know. They might have had a line of dialogue in episode 1 that mentioned how long it might have been. But there's at least some sort of time jump compared to last season, because Omega looks, I don't know, she looks like a year or two older than when we saw her at the end of season 1. Unless, you know, we're going by clone growth standards. I mean, her and Boba Fett are different though, right? Because they're like the main carbon copies, essentially, where they're the two weird ones. They're like, I think technically they're both like perfect genetic copies of Jango Fett, except Boba turned out to be a boy and Omega is a girl somehow. And I don't know if either of them have the quick growth hormone or whatever it is. So I think both of them age normally. So I think that maybe it would be like a year since season 1, maybe 2 years. If she ages quickly, maybe a couple months at the most from season 1. I don't know. I'm sure there's info online about the exact timeline, but if you're watching and you know exactly, leave it in the comments. I would love to hear exactly how long it's been. This was a solid episode. Nice 2 episodes back. Still haven't seen Crosshair. I was weirdly expecting Wilco to be more of a prominent player in this season. I don't know why. He seemed to be like very assertive and in control in these first 2 episodes, and they showed moments of him like kneeling by dead clones and getting a little angry about it. Like he was getting a little emotional, so I thought maybe, you know, he's gonna be a character we see throughout the season, kind of taking Crosshair's place as like the vindictive clone that's after them, right? Because they're killing his brothers. I don't know, but he I was wrong there. He did not make it out. But someone who did make it out, a new friend that we met, an old man in the woods. He is a former citizen of Serena, I believe that's the planet or the city. I think it's the planet. But that is where Count Dooku is from. Fun fact, Count Dooku, Dooku is his first name, right? I'm pretty sure. Or is Count his first name? I don't remember. I just know Count is a title, and Dooku is his first name. I don't remember what his last name is. But he's like royalty to this planet, essentially. And he exploited them and exploited everyone else and got rich as hell. And this old man, I don't know who this old man is. I'm kind of hoping we see him at another point. If this was just a one-off appearance by him, we're fine with that. But there was just an air about him that made him seem more important than a little one-off character. They focused on Tech, fixing his hard drive and having the memories of these people kind of revived. And he left a little bit of an impact on Tech as well, where he was like, yo, we existed before the war, right? Like, we're not separatists, we're Serenians or Serenists or whatever they want to call themselves. And it made Tech think a little bit, where he's like, oh, I haven't really thought about that, because pretty much everything he knows or everything he's experienced up to this point has been since the separatists were already like at war. Like, the clones were created after that. So he doesn't, I mean, he may have like the technical knowledge in his head of that there's history before this, but he's never experienced it, right? And so, slight shift in his mentality. This man had an impact on Omega as well, where he's like, hey, sometimes you don't need to think like a soldier or think like you're on mission. You can just be a kid and you can look through this toy at an optical illusion and just be happy. Like, you don't need, it doesn't have to be like a valuable piece of tech that you can use. So he had a substantial impact on the people that were here. So if he showed up again, I wouldn't mind that at all. It would be interesting if he was like an important person in the Serenian culture or history. Like, is he Count Dooku's dad? Is he Count Dooku's brother? He might be roughly the same age to be Dooku's brother. I don't know. He could be like Dooku's son if Dooku had kids when Dooku was a Jedi, so no. But he could be Dooku's brother. That'd be curious. But yeah, Omega had to give up all the money. She couldn't take everything with. She feels guilty that the Bad Batch kind of left their old circumstance to be with her and help her out. And Echo makes a good point. He's like, yo, if we didn't take you, like, if we didn't steal you essentially and run off to gallivant across the galaxy, whatever they choose beyond this, that might change, but up until this point, if they hadn't done all that, they'd be fighting for the Empire right now, and he's not a fan of that idea. Like, he very much is A-okay with his lot in life at the moment, in terms of like where they were and where they are now. He definitely wants things to change in the future, but like he said, he'll do it all again. And hopefully Omega doesn't have that. Hopefully she doesn't carry that ingrained guilt for much longer, because she needs to know that these gentlemen love her. They're her papas. They're a group of dads trying to take care of her, not because of an obligation, but because they actually truly love her. But she's got a little bit of that guilt still, and she's gotta move past that a little bit. Tech, a little bit of a badass in this episode. Broken femur. That's the big bone in your thigh. right? I'm pretty sure the femur is in your big thigh bone. That's a substantial. If a fracture of that is not good, because you got some big juicy arteries in that section of your leg, and if those get punctured, you die. So, femur injuries are nothing to be casual about, and this man just put the team on his back and was like, I don't care, I'm knocking all these people out, which is very interesting. That all so far the Bad Batch, they have all their guns set to stun, like they're not trying to kill any of these clones. Every time they interact with them, they're shooting them with the blue circles, which means just knock them out. Set phasers to stun. That's Star Trek, but then freaking Heavy creates this rocket launcher, and he's killing clones no problem. He's like, whatever, shooting planes out of the sky, and then when the other ships are coming after them, they're destroying those ships. So the Bad Batch are very inconsistent with when they want to kill people and when they don't want to kill people. So I'd like to see some consistency in that regard, but that's a super minor nitpick, not a big deal at all. What else? And I think the gentleman that we encountered at the end is Admiral Rampart, I believe. I think that's who that was. He is in Bad Batch, I believe, and I think he's the one that was in charge of the bombardment of Kamino last season. He is very much like, yo, if Tarkin finds out that I tried to kill these guys and failed, I'll be in trouble. So no one's gonna know about this. And Wilco, like the dutiful, like rule-following individual he is like, I'm not gonna falsify reports, man. Like, that's not gonna happen. He should have maybe said that in front of a bunch of other clones that could back him up. Because Rampart's like, I will. Just shoots him. And like the visual choice that they made to just show him plummeting, like if he didn't die from the gunshot, like the choice to show him plummeting to his death from a distance, like the substantial fall that was, no chance that man's living. Rampart's cold-blooded, brother. Like he's an awful individual, but he's cold-blooded. And then the episode just freaking ends, dude. Like, oh man, I wonder if if the Bad Batch will lean into a little bit of the atrocities of the Empire, kind of like Andor did. That was one of the things I really liked about Andor, is they did not shy away from showing how awful the Empire is. Original trilogy, we know them as the Empire, and the good guys are the rebels, so we don't really have to have a substantial reason to latch on to the fact that they're evil. We're just told that they're evil and we believe it. But with Andor, they really showed. They're like, oh, you've heard for decades that the Empire are the bad guys. Let's show you why they're the bad guys. And I wonder if this show, I mean, granted, the Bad Batch is not like a adult focused show. I think it skews maybe towards a little bit younger of an audience. I mean, pretty much all of the Star Wars animated things have done that, which and they have always matured as they've gone on, right? But this isn't like a high teens focused show or like a 18 and older focused show. Like, I would say the primary audience for this show is 14 to 19 maybe. So I don't know if they're gonna lean super into talking about the atrocities of the Empire, like Andor being like, we murdered an entire civilization and then recorded their babies screaming and now we use it to torture people. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're necessarily gonna lean into the anti-fascism viewpoint, but I would like to see more maturity from the Bad Batch. I mean, again, it's not an immature show by any means. It's not like a kid-focused show, but yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. And I think they maybe showed that a little bit with Rampart just smoking this clone, no issue. He's just like, time to die. This secret is not getting out. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I don't think we would see any crossover with the Bad Batch for any other characters that we know, really. I mean, we know Gungi, the Jedi, is going to show up at some point. We know Commander Cody's in this at some point. But we're not going to... I don't think we would see, like, Cal Kestis, because he was still in hiding up until, like, 3 years after... like 3 to 5 years after Order 66, because I think Fallen Order takes place 5 years, 4 or 5 years after Order 66, and then Jedi Survivor takes place 5 years after that. So I think this would be too early to see Cal Kestis. Definitely too early to see like Leia, unless she was a small child like she was in Obi-Wan. But this is still what, 10 years too early for that. Yeah, maybe we could see Kanan like as a young runaway, because he gets involved with like Hera at some point, and I know there were comics that showed Kanan on the run. I don't know if those are technically canon anymore, and we saw a brief glimpse of Kanan in last season with his master dying, and we also saw Kanan in Tales of the Jedi. So it could be a possibility that they show Kanan, they interact with him, maybe help him out, get him involved in the rebellion, because it kind of, I don't know if the Bad Batch are going to get involved in the rebellion, but they're not just going to sit idly by. So them crossing over with maybe Kanan could be a possibility, but otherwise I don't think we would see any crossover. I think this is mostly going to be a fairly contained storyline with these individuals, and I don't mind that. I think that's all right. The only thing one thing I do wish very much is that Star Wars will move outside of the prequel era and the original trilogy era. I think the universe is so cool that we should be able to tell stories beyond that. Like, the idea of telling stories closer to the sequel series, or like past the sequel series, is really enticing to me. Or like super early High Republic stories. I've read some of the High Republic books, and so telling more stories around that time would be great. And I think that's what they're going to be doing, but I'm not 100% sure. What other storylines might they explore in this season? We could maybe see the very beginning stages of the cloning of the Emperor that comes to fruition in the Rise of Skywalker, right? And part of which takes place with Grogu after Return of the Jedi, things like that. Because I don't know if this is confirmed or anything, but I thought last season there were hints and stuff that Omega might be Force sensitive in some regard. Maybe she was the first, because she's special. They made it clear that she's special, not just because she's like one of the prime specimens of Jango. Like, she's like Boba Fett, where she's one of the OGs, but I think they made it clear she was special for more than just that, and I think she has some force sensitivity to her. If I remember, I don't 100% remember. But she definitely could have been like the very first try, if that makes sense, to make a force sensitive clone. And we did see like back to tanks of creatures last season when Ming-Na Wen's character had kidnapped her. I don't know. That would be interesting if they gave us a couple more hints and stuff, because the every one of these properties is slowly but surely filling out more of that plot point to connect all this better to the sequel series. And I think at some point in the trailers they showed a person, like a scientist type person, who's wearing the same type of outfit as Dr. Pershing from The Mandalorian. So I think that's going to be something that ties in, and I'm very excited to see that. But I think that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. Definitely let me know your thoughts of both episode 1 and episode 2 down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear where you think this season's going. Are you an animation fan? Are you just a Star Wars fan? Yeah, let me know everything you're thinking down in the comments below. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. Helps my channel out a lot, helps it grow. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more Star Wars content. And then again, if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world. Since this is the first episode and technically second episode of a new season, that uncut will be completely free in public for anyone to check out. And if you find that that's something you're interested in going forward, then your support would mean the world. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.